Welcome to episode 15 of Tales from the Scamverse. This week's story is about the voyage of the Starship Scam Likely. But first, a word from today's sponsor, Fried Mystery on a Stick. Enjoy!
Hi, I'm Edna Cornquill, co-founder of Stick It Meats Incorporated. Are arguments over bland, boring meals tearing your family apart like a pack of rabid wolves? Well, no more. A new tasty treat, Fried Mystery on a Stick, is a fun dinner experience for the whole family. Fried Mystery on a Stick is batter dipped and deep fried, and every box is something different. What's in the box you get? Is it a hot dog? Is it something's eggs? Is that a fingernail? It's a mystery. And everybody loves a good mystery. Heck, sometimes we don't even know what's in them. Fried Mystery on a Stick is a nutritious source of daily protein, salt, and preservatives. That's because deep frying seals in all the nutritional goodness and flavor. And so easy to make. Just pop Fried Mystery Stick into a preheated oven, and in 15 minutes dinner is served. Think of it like a box of chocolate, but with viscera. Fried Mystery on a Stick, available in the frozen goods section of your local grocers.
Starship Scam Likely, Edna. Zetz Montgomery sits at his desk aboard the Starship Scam Likely. Zetz and his crew acquired it during a poker game. It's a hunk of scrap, barely held together with tape and space gum. Zetz is tall, thin, and pale almost to the point of being translucent. His triangular face frowns as he looks through the stack of folders on the desk in his small office, previously a containment closet. He has large, dark eyes, so big his contact lenses are the size of dinner plates. Or at least, those dessert plates? You know the ones. His long, thin fingers, more like spider legs, pick up a folder called Exposition Dump, and he starts reading aloud. He doesn't have to read aloud, because he's the only one in the crumbling little office. But how else are you, dear listener, going to know what's going on? That's Tales from the Scamverse quality. Exposition Dump. Zetz and his crew are working their way through the Scamverse, planet by planet. They're now selling vacation rental properties to hapless victims. Of course, these properties don't exist. His next appointment is with Edna Cornquill, very wealthy and retired from her and her late wife's Fried Mystery on a Stick business empire. Fried Mystery on a Stick is unbelievably successful on planet Midvort, where they'll eat pretty much anything. Feeling all the exposition has been successfully dumped, Zetz Montgomery stands and stretches. His long fingers graze the ceiling's cheap and crumbling tiles, and he checks himself in the dusty mirror before heading to the sales room. He adjusts his polyester necktie and shirt, and brushes bits of ceiling tile off his bald scalp and the shoulders before putting on his maroon plaid jacket. He chants his daily mantra into the mirror.
You win by doing, Zetz Montgomery. That's why success is a verb.
And goes to the sales room. The sales room aboard Starship Scam Likely is the classiest design, this crew could afford, and that's not saying much. The walls have cheap wood paneling with stained red shag carpet. Orange plastic chairs encircle an avocado green desk with peeling veneer, complete with an electric typewriter, cassette player, and a push-button telephone. Zetz takes a seat behind the desk and almost falls backwards on the rickety chair. He asked Benny, his brother and the ship mechanic, to fix the chairs. Hopefully at least Benny fixed the squeaky guest chair. Meanwhile, on planet Midvort's surface, Edna Cornquill is finishing her morning walk along the trails next to her mansion. Her late wife, Zola, chose this property specifically for the lake and the nice hiking trails. Edna couldn't care less about hiking, but Zola found it peaceful, and no matter how busy their business became, they would find time to go for walks together, to get away from the rat race, and just to be a couple. After Zola passed, Edna found herself walking the trails often, as if Zola was with her in the quiet comfort of the woods. She even talked to Zola sometimes, as crazy as that may sound, but even crazier was when Edna asked questions. Sometimes a breeze would blow and make sounds as if Zola was answering. Edna knew it was coincidence. Probably. Often she found herself now asking Zola, "What's next?" They had succeeded beyond their dreams at their business and traveled more than most. Edna had lived a successful life by any measure. But she was not the type to sit still, and she needed a project. Zola was always good at bringing her projects, ideas that needed elbow grease to grow. Without Zola, Edna had become the worst of all things for someone like her. Bored. Edna walks out of the woods into a clearing, and wind twirls around her. The sky suddenly turns dark. Shadows surround her, and bright lights flash from above. She looks up and sees a silver saucer, and then darkness. The next thing, she's standing in the ugliest conference room she has ever seen. In the middle is a hideous green desk, and standing behind it is a pale, tall, lanky figure in a poorly fitting maroon plaid suit. If you think Edna is surprised, yes. If you think Edna is scared, well, you haven't met Edna.
Who the hell are you?
Zetz Montgomery, my dear madam, president of Scamverse Vacation Rental Properties Incorporated, Inc., at your service.
Zetz bows so low his forehead touches the desk, and he misses Edna's eye roll.
And you've abducted me, why?
Oh, no. This isn't an abduction. This is an opportunity.
Well,
Please have a seat, and I will be happy to explain the wonderful chance you have to soothe your tired bones in luxury.
Are you going to keep talking like this the whole time?
Part of her wanted to just leave. Today is kickboxing lessons, and she may miss it. Of course, she had bought the whole studio, so rescheduling won't be a problem, and Edna is now curious. She always was. Curiosity is woven into the fabric of her being, and this odd alien has something to say. So she decides to take a seat opposite Zetz.
Oh, please excuse me. I have to take this call.
Your phone didn't
Yes.
ring.
Oh, it's the president of Planet Midvort?
We actually elect a prime
Wanting
minister?
10 more units? I don't know if we can sell that many. There's a lot of demand. Why, I'm with a potential buyer now. Finger guns.
You don't say finger guns.
I'll call you back. Thank you.
What are you selling? And for how much?
Cut to the chase. I can respect that. Here, let me show you.
Zetz pushes a button, and an unfortunate whirring noise comes from the ceiling behind him.
It seems we're experiencing some technical, Pardon my language, madame.
He stands up and reaches into the ceiling, which doesn't take much with his height and long, spindly arms. He digs his fingers around and pulls down a screen. He sits back down and pushes a button. A slide projector behind Edna turns on.
There. And I'll get the lights. Prepare to be amazed, my lady.
Oh, I am. Trust me.
Zetz presses play on the cassette player, smiles, and sits back in his chair.
Damn it!
This is the end of today's presentation.
Oops. 1 moment, please.
His eyes furrow as he rewinds the tape to the beginning.
Well, hello there, future vacation rental property owner, investor person. Why, aren't you just adorable? You look so old and tired. You're probably excited to rest your decrepit bones in one of our luxurious vacation rentals.
What the fuck?
Our top-tier membership plan gives you a chance to sit on the porch and take in the astounding views of planets like these. And these. And these. And these.
A series of slides
these
show
are nice.
very
And
elderly, maybe still
Look
alive,
at that.
different species sitting in rocking chairs on porches of luxury houses on distant planets. The images are clearly edited. Very badly. Shadows don't match up. The creatures and rocking chairs have bits of the original images still all around them. I mean, honestly, a kindergarten class given magazine ads, safety scissors, and craft glue could have done a better job.
Each property has been specifically configured to meet your frail needs, with inventive services like pre-chewed food. After all, less time chewing gives you more time to nap. Schedule an appointment today, because like you, these amazing deals won't be around much longer.
What the fuck?
What an exhilarating presentation. Let me get the lights. See, we offer you a little slice of paradise through premium membership vacation properties. But they're going fast. Oh, that's right. Please pardon me while I take a note to myself.
Sure, I have all day.
Call back President
Prime Minister.
about the last of these wonderful deals. There. Now, how many can I sign you up for?
What do you mean?
We have properties on each of the planets in the slideshow. How many can I sign you up for? Did I mention they're going fast? And we probably won't be back to this section of the Scamverse with deals like this for a long time.
If you're smart.
Pardon?
Oh, nothing.
Edna looks at this pompous young twerp, clearly in over his head. The way she saw it, she had 3 options. 1, buy one of these clearly bogus properties, and that wasn't happening. 2, say no and go home. I mean, this so-called sales pitch was insulting and at best terrible. 3, string Zetz along and see what's really going on here. He had clearly researched her enough to pick her as a target, which made her curious. And, worst of all, he had wasted her time. She could spend her afternoon now teaching this pathetic hustler a lesson. Of those 3, which one do you think Edna, and the plot of this story, will choose? I'll give you a moment to consider your answer. Did you choose option 3? Congratulations, you're correct. Edna chose to string Zetz along for a while and then go for the jugular.
So for these properties, how long are my time slots?
Up to 6 weeks per Earth calendar year.
Why do you use Earth calendar years?
Lazy writing. Same reason every creature speaks English.
And how much does it all cost?
Per property rental or per...
All of it. All of it. How much to buy all of it? Your presentation was intriguing. I'm sold. What are my bones?
Decrepit as I've ever seen, my lady.
Zet smiles widely like an idiot.
Yes, my decrepit bones just want to sit on the porch. But unfortunately, I dare not take away from the planet's prime minister. And only a few left, so they're probably all sold out.
Yes, but I'm sure we could find...
It's a real shame. What with your enticing sales pitch and luxurious this?
She indicates the sales room decor.
But, oh, please excuse me. I have another call.
It didn't ring.
Hi. What? The deal to expand our properties came through? Why, that's amazing.
It sure is.
Why, I think we have a potential buyer right now, Finger Guns.
You don't say, Finger Guns.
I'll check in and call you back. So you won't believe this, but...
The deal to expand your properties came through. How many units are available?
All of them?
I tell you what, show me a contract to look through, please.
Of course. Pardon me one moment and I'll get them from my office.
Zetz leaves the office, but he and Benny can be heard through the walls.
We did it! We did it!
Sweet, man.
We're gonna have some money. We're gonna have some money.
We're gonna have some money. We're gonna have some money. I'm gonna buy a sandwich.
During their festival of idiocracy, Edna opens her personal digital assistant.
Fetch name of this starship I'm on.
Starship scam likely.
Fetch search information on Zetz Montgomery, Starship scam likely, and Benny, last name unknown.
Fetching information. Results pending.
Zetz returns.
Well, here are the contracts.
Well, I'd like a minute to look over them first.
Of course. But these properties, they're going fast.
How? You just got these, and I've been your only customer.
Right. Going fast because you are buying them fast. Going.
Mr.
Montgomery, my lady.
Zetz does a combination bow and finger guns?
Yeah, stop doing that. Would you care to join me in my office while I review the contracts? In case I have any questions about the contract, you could explain it to little old me, Mr. Montgomery.
Of course I would be happy to,
Why, Mr. Montgomery, I won't bite.
Edna grins at Zetz like the canary who caught the cat. Edna's home office isn't on the third floor of the mansion. It is the third floor of the mansion. Large windows show lush woods to the east and a lake to the west. The afternoon sunlight flows in and warms the dark thorn wood ceilings and floors. The area is divided into a personal library side and an office side. Stone fireplaces are set by the towering library side, brimming with travel and business books. On the office side, an enormous stone fireplace sits behind a large, beautiful, dark thorn wood desk. Edna offers Zetz a drink, and he asks if she has Tab Cola.
Oh, of course I have, Tab. This planet isn't that uncivilized.
They share a laugh, and she pours him a tab and hands him a glass. It feels heavier in his hand than he had expected. Edna excuses herself to get her reading glasses from downstairs. But first she guides Zet to sit in the comfortable leather seat behind the large, beautiful desk. As she walks out, she looks back and says,
You look good behind that desk, Mr. Montgomery. You look very prestigious.
She then smiles and leaves. thinking,
Have a little taste of the good life there, Mr. Montgomery. I promise you it won't last.
Edna heads downstairs to the kitchen and opens her personal digital assistant.
What did you find?
Fetch search complete. Zetz Montgomery was raised in a government orphanage along with his best friend, Benny Biro. Their school records show they were both more prone to mischief than studies. When they were adolescents, the orphanage was destroyed in wartime bombing. Both had short sprints of honest labor, which was not to their, liking. After a second orphanage bombing on a nearby planet, Zetz and Benny, acquired their current starship.
They stole it?
Won in a poker game. Now, if I had hands, I would put won in air quotes. As best I can figure, they've been planet hopping with different scams. This vacation rental property one is a new venture, explaining how rough it is around the edges, and also they're idiots. Well, this is where it gets interesting. I tracked down the financial records of each planet they target. Their main targets are the wealthiest on that planet.
No surprise.
And they have a 10% success rate of receiving funds.
You mean it actually works?
Well, that's not the interesting part. I couldn't find them hoarding the funds or money laundering, but I also searched for large purchases. Each planet they target also has a high number of orphanages. And on the planets where they make money, when they leave, the orphanages are plated in protective blast shielding, funded by an anonymous benefactor.
How much does that cost?
Oh, I estimate it to cost just less than what they made in sales. Again with the air quotes. If I had hands...
Stop doing that.
They seem to only keep enough money for fuel and basic supplies.
Thank you. End process and shut down.
Edna pours herself a tab cola and thinks.
Edna, you can sure misread them. These little rookies are out risking their necks for something.
She looks at the kitchen island where she earlier left pamphlets for her next galactic cruise. She and Zola had traveled this planet enough to have seen it all, and they traveled the galaxy more than most. Spaceports, cruises, resorts, different venues of the same thing. Edna realized she doesn't even know how many orphanages are on her own planet, the one where she had seen it all, but clearly not seen enough. She doesn't feel guilt. She and Zola had given to charitable foundations for tax and public image reasons. No, she doesn't feel guilty or ashamed or bad. She feels envy. The idea makes her laugh out loud, and it echoes in the large kitchen space. Oh, if Zola could be here to see this. One of the wealthiest inhabitants of this planet is envious of a couple of cons, still wet behind the ears, who go around the galaxy and do exactly what? The wind outside whistles through the trees, and it almost sounds like Zola saying, doing good. Edna shivers.
Well, this will not do. This will not do at all.
She walks to a large dining hall window and looks out at the woods.
Zola, it looks like these two colts maybe taught us something. What do you say we give them a hand?
Through the trees again, the wind says yes. Edna smiles through watering eyes. A weight she didn't even know she was carrying falls off, and she almost skips up to her office to make a deal with Zetz. Epilogue. Mr. Umads is brought into Starship Scam Likely's new conference room by a well-dressed Zetz Montgomery in a dark blue suit. He offers a drink and says Miss Cornquill will be joining them shortly. They sit at a conference table and make small talk. just long enough to give Mr. Umads a good look at the expensive and now tastefully decorated conference room. The wood paneling and shag carpet are gone. Walls, floors, and chairs, now a neutral beige. The typewriter and cassette player were replaced with modern high-tech personal computer equipment, complete with 1 megabyte RAM, 40 megabyte hard drive, 2 floppy drives, and a telephone modem. After a moment, Edna enters.
Pleasure to meet you. Edna Cornquill, president of Scamverse Vacation Rental Investments. I see you received our investment brochure. Wonderful. And Mr. Montgomery told me you were interested in our Parian 17 oceanside properties. That is an excellent choice. Excellent. I can see you have an eye for smart investing. No questions.
Thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this story from the Starship Scam Likely. This was my original idea when I started the entire Scamverse storytelling line. If you'd like to hear more stories about Scam Likely and its crew, please drop me a text. You can click the link in the episode description and let me know. Also, any feedback you have for me, I would really appreciate it, and I just would like to hear from you. And as always, if you've enjoyed this episode, please tell a friend. If you hated this episode, please tell an enemy. Until next time, keep your eyes on the stars and your hands on your wallets.